Let me start. I'm Tatiana Teppoeva, instructor of Neurographics and also a supervisor for future instructors. So I'm happy to be here today and draw letting go of anxiety and worries. We have quite a bit of them in our life, and Neurographics helps very well with it. And Neurographics is the method of drawing through your conscious and subconscious. I decided for live streams not to introduce Neurographics too much based on previous feedback that I received, because many people who come to sessions, they already had some experience. So my plan is to post intro into Neurographics soon on my YouTube channel. If you are not familiar with Neurographics, please watch it there. And then on our live drawing sessions, we would be able to make them a little bit shorter because we don't need to go over the intro again and again, and focus specifically on a particular topic that we are covering. I hope it's all good with you. So with that, we will start our session. One more thing I would like to mention. So I'm planning to do once a month, as we did on Meetup. I only will skip August because I will be on vacation in Europe and I'm not sure about connection over there. But I will try to post some of the previous sessions recordings on my channel. So please visit. If you subscribe, I think you will be notified about them. So if you would like to be informed, please subscribe and watch those recordings. And from September, I'm going to have once a month session. So if you would like, please provide topics that would be of interest to you. I also have feedback from my sessions on Meetup as well as from my Neurographics Club. So I will try to address most popular topics in my upcoming sessions. So let's talk about anxiety and worries. So research indicates that women are much more likely to have anxiety than men. And in some research, it's twice as much. In other research, it's other numbers. And it also says that 1 of 3 females manifestation of anxiety signs would be true during their life, whether they are diagnosed officially or not. But 1 of 3 women tend to have at least some periods of their lives when it happens. And of course, in general, we experience stress, anxiety when something happens, when we go through particular periods of life. And of course, the level of stress, level of anxiety and worries can differ based on what we experience. It can be small or it can be very extreme. So we would like to minimize it because we spend a lot of energy and our internal resources on dealing with it. And our bodies experience anxiety and worries the same way if we were going through event. So this is no good. It doesn't, in most cases, it doesn't help us. Sometimes we can transform this anxiety and worries into something positive and leverage it to our advantage. But in most cases, it's not. It's just draining energy. So how can we minimize it? We can use different approaches. Some people use meditation. Some people go and walk outside. Some people do Neurographics. You need to find whatever works for you, and it may work in one situation. One approach may work better than another. Maybe it's combination of different approaches. So see what works. And Neurographics is very good at this. At stress, anxiety, decreasing it, understanding where it's coming from, and finding ways out. Another thing that I also would like to highlight, that we may see that, oh, this person reacted differently than I did. Yes, that's true, because based on personality types, on our nervous system, we have different wirings. Some people may experience aggression irritability. Some people may shut off and just go like into their internal and stop talking, like withholding. Some people are becoming chatty and they talk and talk and talk and they try to talk through that. So if you see different reactions, it's expected because we are all different. So finding your own way of coping with it is the best approach, of course. And don't look at others like, oh, they use this and it helps, and for me it doesn't, so it's weird. No, it's not. You just need to find your own. With that, let me switch the camera and we will start drawing. So first thing that we do in Neurographics, that when we select the theme, and theme we pre-selected today, stress, anxiety, and worries, and how to get rid of them, we activate our neurons on this topic. And I already started talking, so it should start working, but we will do more of this work. So let me switch. So please take a piece of paper. I also have some basic set of tools that I have. I usually write, we will need to write a little bit. I usually write with a pencil on the same piece of paper that I will be drawing on, just so I keep everything in one place. Then I have 3 marker size. I have 4, but I usually use 3. So one is 0.5, one is 1.2. I have a big one. I don't always use it, but sometimes it's useful. It's good for one stage of the neurographics, and something like average. And some colored pencils. We also can use markers or highlighters if you would like. I will use colored pencils for today. Okay, so we will start with writing words on our topic on the piece of paper. And I always suggest to write the topic and the date. So we later remember what this drawing was for and what date it was. So today is July 27, 2025. And topic is getting rid of anxiety or worry. Worries. And now I will have a 2-minute countdown for us to write any words associated with this topic for you. Anything that comes to mind. Please don't think like, oh, this is not related, I'm not going to write it. Anything that comes to you, please write down, because it may be not related, may be related, we don't know. It's our subconscious that gives us this information, so let's put it without thinking. And the main idea here is to bring everything on paper so we can walk through that. If we don't bring it, we may partially walk through that, but the most efficient approach would be doing it the right way. By uncovering it and getting our hands on that. So with that, let me put a timer, 2 minutes, and we write everything. It can be single word, it can be a sentence, it can be a paragraph, whatever you feel comfortable and whatever comes to mind. Okay, let's go. What is anxiety and worries for me? What it is? It can be small things, it can be big things, it can be thoughts, it can be events, it can be someone else, anything. Please write it down, what's coming for you. Okay, finish what you are writing right now. And please count the words that you have. I have about 28. The number doesn't have to be precise. You don't need to count some words that don't have meaning. So count the ones that have meaning. And usually we say that 20 words are good to have. So if you have fewer, maybe you want to add some more. Again, we are doing it so we can activate our neurons. So for me, I wrote like not enough time, too many things to do, always busy. Then I have like, oh, I need to show up. I not maybe not good enough. And then I wrote that I have anxiety about anxiety. And then again on the same topic, too much to handle, too many topics, too many questions, blah blah blah. And then at the end, I have something that became more positive, open mind, possibilities, new ways. And for you, you have something of your own. So try to see if there is something that come up as a pattern, or if there are things that stand up as something unexpected. Look at them and see if there is something in it. Is it random, or maybe you would like to work on that today? So there could be some things that didn't come up during our writing, maybe already too obvious in your mind. So you can just write them down if you want to add them to our agenda today. But the idea with activating neurons is also to pick most important topics for today. So usually we recommend in neurographics to use 5, 7, up to 9 objects. So let's pick something between 5 and 9 things that we would like to work on. However, if you have like one or two most important, like anxious things, then you can stop there. You can pick just one big thing for you and work on it, or if it's multiple small things, then you can have like 9 small things. So it's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable working on today, but don't overwhelm yourself. So let's pick something. For most of us, it will be between 5 and 9. And let's see, for me, I could say that many of the things that I wrote, they're about same topic, feeling overwhelmed. And I can think of that as something particular. For example, overwhelmed with multiple directions, or overwhelmed with numbers of topics, or something like that. Or I can just say total overwhelm, like whatever it is for me, just as a feeling. So you can also define it as something specific or more broad, like a feeling. And it doesn't have to be overwhelmed. Like I said, maybe it's something else for you. Maybe it's general anxiety, not about something in particular, but you feel it's like a background noise constantly that you are anxious. Or maybe not constantly, but let's say 30% of the time. But you can't identify specifically what causing it. Then you can just pick anxiety on its own. And whatever you pick, if it's on your list, you can make a star because we will be using it. If it's something that is absent from the list, you can add it and we will use it later as well, so you don't forget. So let's see, for me, I will pick not enough time because I very busy. I always have something to do and I always feel that I don't have enough time. So I think it would be good for me to work on. I think too many things to do as well. I create my own to-do lists and then I deal with them and then I like, oh, they're too long. I will pick anxiety about anxiety. Usually anxiety is unpleasant feeling, And every time I start feeling it, I start being uncomfortable, or sometimes I think like, oh, I need to go live and get anxious. And it's also anxiety about anxiety. So I want to work on that one as well, because I want to make it smaller. It's not really reasonable in this particular case. It's just some internal feeling. And I'm sharing with you my experiences so you can potentially leverage them and see what applies to you, or reuse them, whatever applies to you. Again, too many things. I think it's relevant to the previous one. No focus, too many questions, visibility, noise. I will pick no focus, and I will think about one more. Maybe that is not on my list. I will write like random things. And for me, random things will be sometimes I hear bad news on TV or whatever, social media, and I may get anxious even if things don't apply to me, like plane crashes or something like that, or flood in Texas with summer camp or whatever else. And of course, we are humans and we feel it, but it doesn't need to cause this anxiety that doesn't help. So I want to work on this as well. So I identified 5. If you can chat, you can share yours in the chat, or if you need help, you can also write a question. If you are good, we can move to our next step. And our next step, and please pick some thin marker if you have one. I think I will pick 0.5. So let's flip our page. We can think about the first one that we would like to address today. I will just go in order as I have them. You can go in order of priority. For example, start with the most important one. Or vice versa. If you want to approach it slowly, you can start with the least important one. It's up to you. So for me, the first one is not enough time. So I look at my page here, and you can like use your hand, get it over the page, and feel where this first item will go on your page. And then we will draw it. And when we will draw it, I talked previously about different reaction to stress and anxiety in different types. So you may have feelings of irritation or anger or maybe withdrawal or something like that. Whatever it is, it's all normal. And just think how you would like to reflect this item on your page. So it can be something like energetic and expressive that you can throw at the page. It can be something very carefully drawn. It can be a rounded shape. It can be sharp. So feel your body, just let your hand draw, and size also matters to you. So you define how big or small it would be on your page. So my first one, not enough time. I'm just thinking like not enough time for me. What? Figure like that, and you can sign it if you would like. I will sign it just so I can refer to that in our conversation. You don't have to. And when you are satisfied, we can go to the next one. Too many things to do. For me, they're kind of roundish so far, but not careful round. not very good circles. They are more like throwing object on the page. Okay, next one is anxiety itself. For some reason it came as a star. Так, next one, no focus. And last one, random things. Okay, I'm done with mine. See how you feel about yours. So I felt a little bit relief already because I put them with emotion on the this piece of paper, and it already feels like look to observe them. And now what we are going to do is use near lines and dissolve them in our space. So you can start from any direction, any edge of the paper, and we will go around and through our shapes. So I will start here, but I don't have to. Just to remind you, or if you are new, that our near line is the line that goes where we don't expect to see it. And you can think that it may reflect shapes of clouds or some other natural objects like waves in nature. They can be like with small amplitude or with large one. For me, it depends really on the topic. And sometimes my lines are more near, sometimes less. Sometimes on particular topics, it's more repetitive pattern, which we usually try to avoid in neurographics. We say that on each element of the line, they don't repeat. And it again depends on the mind. If mind is fixated on something particular, and usually it's topics that are harder, then lines can be more systematic than we would like them to be in neurographics. And as you can see, I'm extending some of the lines because I want to fill the space. And please do it naturally. But the idea is that we fill our drawing with lines. And especially make sure that you go through the shapes that we drew. Then also, if you have shapes like mine and you had lines that are not finished, please take the end of that and extend to the end of the to the edge of our piece of paper and try to make them as near lines. And even better, if we make existing lines, go over them and make them nearer. So I go over my star and extend all those lines. Like that. And when you feel that you have enough, then we can stop doing this step and we can go to the next one. Important to note that we can add lines later if we would like to on other steps, or even when we finish our work, we can do it in neurographics at any time. So now it's important, and it's the most important step in neurographics, to round all the corners. So anything that we can see here as edges, like sharp edges, sharp corners, we just round them, and you see me going over lines. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. This is not a particular step in neurographics, but you can do it if you want. But our step is just to round those corners. The idea of rounding, that if I extend this corner, it will be a roundish shape. So it can be a circle or something like that. But if it's easy to understand that by extending it, it will be some kind of roundish figure. And when we round it, try to think about things that you drew. Maybe it's particular topics, some events, people, or something more generic that you drew. And think about it while you're rounding. And we do it with all the corners, with all the edges, until we are done. It's okay in neurographics to do about 70% of them. I always recommend to do 100%. Sometimes we may miss some of them. It's okay. If you see it later, you can round it later. But it's the most important step, so I always recommend to round everything that you can catch. So we do a deeper and quality work. Watch what you are feeling. Maybe you enjoy it. Maybe you already have some calm. Or if you were calm when you started, maybe you feel even calmer. Or maybe you have irritation and feelings like and thoughts, why so many? Why do I need to round so many? Or maybe it's stupid neurographics. Why do I need to do that? It's all normal. Just continue through the process and don't interrupt your work while you're on this step. On our consecutive steps, we can do interruptions. It's not recommended that much, but we can. This step is better not to interrupt, because right now we are activated neurons on particular topic, and it's better to walk through them. Because if we interrupt first, we don't walk through them. Plus, we activated them and left them. So it doesn't help. And again, I'm rounding and going over lines, but going over lines is not required. If your mind goes away from this topic into something else, that's fine. You may even go into some kind of feeling like not hearing me, into your own internal world, and it's totally fine. It's good, actually. Sometimes I do it during drawing with you because mind just goes into the process. I try to stay focused, but sometimes it happens on its own. So if it's happened to you, it's good. This is where the work happens. If you constantly think on this topic and you don't feel anything special, that's also totally normal. What we recommend during neurographic is to look at how you react in multiple directions, what your thoughts are, maybe some interesting ideas will visit you, what emotions you experience. Are you feeling like some sadness, happiness, or something else at the moment? How your body feels? Maybe some sensations. And body usually the trickiest one for most people. There are some people who can say, oh, I've got a headache, or I got an itching in my left foot, or whatever reaction may be. But for me personally, and for many people on our courses, it's very hard to feel body reaction. But with time, when you keep watching it and noticing, you start feeling it more and more. So just pay attention, and if you feel something, you can thank your body and say thank you for showing me that. If you have some ideas, maybe something that unexpectedly came when we were writing words, or right now during this rounding process, something like maybe a feeling of sadness or anything that was unexpected, write it down because maybe you want to think about it later or work on it during another drawing. Because oftentimes things are related, and our subconscious, when we start working with it, can reveal another important thing for us. So it would be good to catch it while it's giving us this information, because oftentimes we forget. And I noticed even on my students in Neurographics Club that we talked about something they share, what they experienced. And I remember I prepare some related drawing for our next meeting. And when we meet, they already don't remember what happened. I remember because I made a note of it about the reaction and the feelings, but they don't. So it's better to write it somewhere so you keep a note if you're going to work on it. And from time to time, we can come back to our topic and think again. So it's our anxiety, worries. We are rounding. We are smoothing. And check again, body reaction, emotions, feelings, thoughts that come to mind. So today I started rounding from this place. So I started with no focus and then anxiety. Sometimes it can be indicative of the importance of things. So check where you started and see if it has any particular meaning to you. In the step itself, it doesn't matter where you start. You can start for any particular, for any place, not a particular one. But where you start, you can analyze later and see, like, oh, does it have something to do with importance or maybe some other connection? Maybe those two items are related somewhat, first two that you started, for example. Also, you can see a placement of your shapes on the page. Where you place them? Did you place them like next to each other for whatever reason? Did you spread them more or less evenly? Like in my case, it's across the page. In some cases, we can have them in one particular corner, or two in one corner and two in another corner. So it doesn't necessarily mean something in every single drawing, but it's totally worth looking at that. It's part of the diagnostic. Sometimes interesting things come up. Also, if something came to your mind, like new reason for anxiety during our drawing, you can draw it, especially if you don't have 9 shapes on your page. You can totally add it somewhere and add more lines and just continue with our steps. Of course, if something comes to you like at the very end of our drawing, then it's better to include it into the next drawing, because if you already like passed other steps, then it will not be like thorough work. But if it comes now during rounding, it's totally fine to add it. So again, we talked a little bit about different things. So let's come back to the topic. Think about anxiety, what our body feels, any new thoughts, emotions. If you have resistance, if you don't like rounding, anything that is not pleasant, you can take some water, drink a little bit of water, or shake your hand or something like that, like that doesn't take much of your attention away from the drawing, and just go back and continue. Oftentimes we feel relief and release of those emotions by the end of rounding. Not always. It depends on how charged the topic for us. But with each drawing, it will be better and better. So even if you don't achieve perfect results right away, you already will be done with a piece of the work in the right direction. And in neurographics, we never can promise particular results or say how many drawings it will take to overcome some resistance, for example, or get rid of anxiety or anything like that. For each person, it's very individual. Sometimes one drawing may happen and we have a breakthrough and we feel like, oh, I'm done like with this particular issue or goal that person had at the beginning of the drawing. And in some cases, you need to work like multiple times, multiple drawings, maybe even tens of them. So it's sometimes we don't immediately find the true reason right away, and continuing and trying different algorithms helps. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. So, for example, if we have anxiety for extended period of time, it may not go away right away, but with time it gets better and better. I started, and how I found neurographics, it's when I started having panic attacks in 2021. And after one drawing, they didn't go away, but with time, definitely helped. And when panic attacks were not very strong, I even tried to draw during. Of course, not always I could. I had strong ones, but when they were not very strong, then I drew, and it helped a lot. So it definitely helps with anxiety as well. It's just not knowing how many drawings it will take. And I suggest not to wait for like, oh, when, oh, it's not yet, but instead take it as a process and just do it at the frequency that is most comfortable to you. And I also had resistance. So it's whatever comfortable to you, but it's also what makes sense. Like if you have a resistance just because you feel that the body doesn't want to work on this particular issue, then maybe you should do a little bit more frequent. Because of course, body doesn't like to change, and our neurons and neural pathways that we already formed, they would like to stay. So oftentimes this change doesn't come easy. So we need to be intentional about that. But at the same time, if you start drawing like every day or once a week, and you feel, oh, it's too much for me, I cannot handle it, and maybe a matter of time, maybe it's a matter of body doesn't want so much change or so quickly, then you can space it out to whatever cadence is more appropriate to you. Another thing that I found to be very useful is to switch algorithms and keep it interesting. So you don't draw same thing again and again. This keeps you engaged. So you are learning neurographics, you are drawing, having fun, and at the same time working through whatever goals or problems you would like to address. So this is another trick. So we can get back to our topic again and think about anxiety, about body reactions. Do you notice any changes now? How is your body doing? Any emotions? Any feelings? Maybe any thoughts? So I'm getting closer to the end. If you're already done with roundings, just check. Maybe you missed something. Most of us miss at least a few. Of course, depending on how many lines you have. Hopefully you have enough of them. If you are done and you feel like you could add a little bit more lines, please do so. And again, if you miss something and don't catch it right away, but notice later, it's totally fine to get back and round it then. We smooth all our anxiety and worries. So here I have like an extra small line and I don't like it, so I just extend it and round all edges next to it, so I don't have kind of unfinished lines, like, broken ones. Ideally, we have all lines go to the edges of the of our paper. So I think I'm done, at least from whatever I could notice. Some of them could be smoother, but in the time I will leave it as is. So if you are done, we can continue. And now we can add colors. So colors in Neurographics are not specifically assigned to any particular algorithm unless we have some symbolic algorithm and draw like a cactus or something like that. Then we may want to use specific color. But in most algorithms, we use colors that we would like. So I have some bright colors for today on my pen in my pencils, but you can pick whatever comes to your mind, and the number of colors also is not limited. One rule that we have about coloring in Neurographics, that we don't color just one cell. For example, if I leave color just in this cell, this would be a mistake. So we need to have at least a couple adjacent cells to be colored the same color, at least two. But I would like to add more here, so I'm adding more. So main rule is just not to have one. Then also sometimes the color like a particular shape. For example, one circle can be one color, another circle can be another. But it's also a good idea to consider maybe like a flow. Instead of a particular shape, just kind of wave going from one age to another. Or it doesn't have to be from the age specifically, maybe just from some point on your piece of paper till another one. Maybe I will show you now. If you use markers, try not to leave sharp strokes from the marker. Marker tends to do that, and that's why I don't like them that much. So ideally, we would like to have our coloring to be like smooth without strokes or white spaces. And also, if we do shading, that we shouldn't be able to see like sharp intersections. It especially can be seen with markers, not so much with a pencil, but quite often with markers. I was not able to find a perfect marker brand. Some are better with smoothing, but they mess with the black colored marker and make it look dirty. And so there are different pluses and minuses of each brand, but I didn't find the one that would address all the things. So I prefer pencils, but markers are recommended for neurographics. They also make your work go faster. So it's up to you. And when we add color, we also can think about our topic and feel if body reflection changes, if new thoughts appear, if we have any emotions. So this is more like a flow. I still got shape here, so let me add a couple more so it doesn't look. But this is more like a flow that I had in mind to show you. And now I will do, let's say, a shape to show you the difference. You please do the way that you want to. I'm showing you because I'm leading this session, but if I was drawing it for myself, I would do it more intuitively. I wouldn't force myself specifically like, oh, let's make it a flow, let's make this one a shape. I would just follow whatever I would want to at the moment. So this would be a different approach, would be doing shape. And it's totally okay to combine both of them. On your drawing, I'm just showing you what's possible here. So now I will do something that just comes to my hand without really thinking much. See if you feeling some relief from anxiety and worries that we addressed. Notice even if there is a slight change. You may have like, oh, this worry I feel much less stressed about, but this one still same. It's totally normal. Also, it would be great to ask yourself, why? Maybe you will get some answers. Another thing that I would like to address here while we are covering, since our topic is pretty much dissolving our worries in the space, it would be great if we applied color to dissolve those shapes in this space. So, for example, by extending this flow, I try to get away from this particular shape, and I will do it with this green one as well, actually, in our topic. I showed you general approach to coloring, but for this specific thing, we would like them to get dissolved, so it would be better. To make colors not specific to the shapes. I will show you on another one how we can do it partially. So here it doesn't matter how much color you dedicate to the page. Also, we can leave white color, white paper as a color. White is also considered a color in neurographics. Main recommendation is to have no more than 30% of a particular color, including white. I noticed my pattern today was starting with blue small and then expanding. And if something like that happens to you, like you see something interesting with a particular color, ask yourself, what does this color mean to me? Because we don't have particular, like blue can be calmness for some people, maybe something else for another person. So ask, what is it to you? And maybe some interesting answer comes. So I pretty much covered my two shapes here. And I want to work on this one. So it's not that obvious, so it doesn't stand out. What is it? Not enough time. Also, if you pick particular colors, ask yourself, why those colors? Are they bright? Are they shades of the same color? Oh, I found I missed one corner, so I will take my marker and round it. And it's nice to have soft pencils. Sometimes it's hard to really color well with the hard pencils. Also depends on the paper, of course, also with markers. Some paper absorbs so much of a marker ink that they go dry very quickly. So you can try test the ones that you like. Check again how you feel. Any body reaction? Any thoughts about our topic or maybe something else? I found again what I missed. A few more. Okay. So I think I'm done with coloring. Again, if you want to add a shade or second color on top, or if you left some white and want to add more, you can do it later if this desire comes. So now let's go to the next step, and we call it is field lines in Neurographics. We will make from 1 to 3 lines thicker so they stand out on our drawing. So I probably will do just one, and this line can go on top of existing lines, or it can be completely new, or it can be combination. So for example, I want to start here and go over existing line. But then here I would like to add new and then go into existing one again. And we will make it thicker so our eye can immediately see it when we look at the drawing. In this particular algorithm, it doesn't matter if we go from bottom up, if we go bottom up or top down. There are some algorithms when it matters. In this one, it doesn't. So just make sure that it's a near line. And we can see it where it is when we look at the drawing. So if you can't see it, well, then maybe you can make it a little bit thicker than it is right now. So then we need to round all intersections with other lines, round them. You can use same thick marker, or you can take the thinner one that you used before. It may be more precise and easier to round those corners. I usually just go along the line. So I started here and then check. Okay, here. This way it's harder to miss all the corners. Again, check how you feel, if there are any changes in the body sensations, thoughts, emotions. Okay, I think I rounded everything. Again, if something we missed and we notice later, we can come back and round them. Next one, we need to find a solution for our mind on our drawing. Usually we pick some round shape or roundish, I should say, roundish shape on our drawing. In some algorithms, we can grab existing shapes that we already have. But because in this algorithm we try to dissolve our worries, let's pick something else, something different. So think what can be that roundish figure on your work right now. It can be completely new, or it can be something that goes on existing lines or combination of such. So similarly as we did field line, we can do the same with our result. So for me, I just want to draw a new one, and I want to draw a circle. And for some reason, I want to draw it in this area of my drawing. You pick where it should be for you. And again, it can be completely new, or it can go over existing lines, and it doesn't have to be circle, oval, or something. As long as it's roundish, it's totally fine. I'm trying to make it a little bit thicker so it stands out, and at the same time I'm trying to make it a little bit narrow, so making it a little bit narrow line. And when you do it, you can visually correct it if you meant to have a circle and it was not perfect, but it's completely not necessary. It's aesthetic. So if you want it to be round, especially when sometimes we like it has to be perfect. So if this comes to mind, like my circle, it's not perfect, and I want to make it perfect, what is it for me? Is it my perfectionism? Is it something else? So it's also another opportunity to think like what is driving this desire to have this perfect circle? Why does it have to be perfect? Also good for diagnostic. So again, after we done this, we round all new corners. And I start in one place, any place in the circle, and just go around and see all intersections, new intersections that it formed, and just round them one by one. We are almost done with our drawing. So put your drawing somewhere you can see after we finish. Maybe it's a fridge, maybe it's a bathroom or some other location where you can periodically observe it. Every time you see it, it will activate neurons again, and walk will continue. For how long? As long as you feel something, like if you remember what we worked on and you have some kind of reaction to it, it still works. It will decrease over time. So when you feel like it's less and less, and or maybe you have new drawings to look at, maybe you get tired of this one or whatever, then you can remove it. But if you keep looking at it, it will just extend the work that we've done today for longer. So without doing additional work, you still will be getting results. So totally recommend it. Okay, I think I captured everything. If not, and I notice it later, I can do it later. If I missed it, it's okay, because most of them are rounded anyways. So now it's a step in neurographics when we add more style, we can add 3D effects or something like that, add more shapes. In interest of time, I will skip this step. And our next and last step is to write words for 2 minutes again on the topic of our today's drawing, and see if any interesting ideas, any feelings or thoughts come up. So if you are not done with it, you can continue finishing and then have words written separately on your own, or you can pause and write words with me and then come back and finish those steps. Both approaches are good. So I flipped my page, and as we did at the beginning, we will write everything that comes to mind when we think about anxieties and worries, and especially the ones that we drew today. So I will put a timer for 2 minutes. Everything that comes to mind, single words, sentences, paragraphs, related, not related things, please write down. So let's go. Так, I think 2 minutes are gone, and we can count our words. I have about 35, but my timer didn't announce time this time. Sometimes it happens. So 2 minutes is approximate. It doesn't have to be 2 minutes precisely, and number of words also doesn't have to be precise or anything. The only thing that it's considered that 2 minutes approximately is a good time to activate neurons, and also about 20 words is enough. If it's less, if it's fewer than 20 words, then it's recommended to add them to sit and then consciously add relative words. So if I look at my list, I have, instead of not enough time, too many things to do, I now have possibilities. I manage my time, potential. I like staying busy. I can handle it. I can always revisit my time, my plan. So more positive, definitely. I do see one still negative. I say anxiety is stupid, not productive. So this judgmental thinking is not great because anxiety is not stupid. It's a natural reaction to our thinking process. So this is something potentially I could work on in the future, but this is what I have today. So I consider this work to be productive.